Hi. Okay, so the two indicators I chose were life expectancy and income per person. So I chose life expectancy and income per person because they have such a strong correlation. So when a country has lower incomes, their standard of living goes down, and therefore life expectancy goes down. And the same can be said the other way around. So if a country has high life expectancy, then their income per person should be quite high. So basically, if you have a high income, then you should be able to afford healthcare and other things that your country needs. So your life expectancy will go up. And if you have a low life expectancy, then your income should be quite low because then you can't afford these necessities. Korea doesn't really start to show up on the graph until the 1900s, so we'll start by skipping forward a bit. Okay. So the first dip here is in 1904 to 1905, and that's due to and it's in life expectancy, and that's due to the Japan-Korea Treaty of 1905, which basically was the that Korea became a state of Imperial Japan, and many Koreans fought against the Japanese, and that's why the life expectancy went down. Okay, continue forward. Okay, so here in 1917 to 1919, there's a major drop due to rebel attacks on Japan, but were defeated shortly after. Okay, then here life expectancy increases steadily, and a small decrease in income per person here, but then increase. Okay, and then there's a major dip in income per person in 1944, and that's due to the fact that Korea was still a state of Japan, so they had to finance some of their war costs in World War II. So that's this dip here in income per person. Then further on here in 1949, this dip here, yeah, this dip here is the Korean War, so that's why life expectancy goes down. And then both indicators progress steady up until where we are today. So okay, so here we see Zimbabwe. And on the Y we have life expectancy, and on the X we have income per person. So Zimbabwe doesn't really start to show on the graph too much until the 1900s. Okay. So our first dip is in 1917 to 1919, which is World War One, and that's due to World War One. And it's a drop in life expectancy. Then Zimbabwe increases in both indicators here, as you can see, and with minor dips in both ways here, and up until a bit about if we go back a bit, sorry, to about 1991. And then here, this major dip in life expectancy in 1994. That's due to government forces are accused of killing thousands of civilians over the next few years to to crush the rebellions in the Midlands and Matabeleland provinces, and therefore it lowers the life expectancy. Then, if we continue forward here, we can see a dip from 1996 all the way to 2008, and that's due to heavy inflation rates. And after that, we see a increase in both indicators here, and that's going to progress all the way to where we are today. Okay, so here we can see Latvia, and on the y-axis we see life expectancy, and on the x-axis income per person. So Latvia's income per person increases steadily here, but life expectancy doesn't start increasing until about the 1860s. So um, yeah, so here they both indicators start increasing, and then there's minor dips in the income per person, but then in 1914 and the start of World War One, there's major decrease in life expectancy up until 1918, and that's when it starts to increase again. Yeah, so here's heavy increase, and that's also due to the fact that Latvia got its independence. Then there's small dips here in life expectancy, but steady increase in income per person. And then here in 19 38 or 39, sorry, and the start of World War One, there's a massive drop in life expectancy. So this big drop, and then in 41, so in 41, Russia is taken, or Latvia is taken by Russia, sorry, and so there's not as much war going on in Latvia, and therefore life expectancy isn't, therefore life expectancy is increasing. Um, but then in 1943, so 42 to 43, uh, yeah, 43. That's when the Germans take Latvia from the Russians, so that's why life expectancy goes down. And then 1944 to 45, the end of the war, so that's why it goes up again. And also here, life expectancy drops so much because when the Germans entered Latvia, they killed lots of Jews, mentally ill, and gypsies. And then if we keep playing it, we see that both indicators are increasing pretty steady up until where we are today. Except for, yeah, minor drops here.